another wild IPO. Chime Financial shares surging 37% in their IPO debut today at the NASDAQ. The company is selling shares at $27. That was above the expected range. It opened at $43. So with us is Chime board member and Menlo Ventures partner Shawn Carolan. Shawn, it's great to have you on the program. And I'm going to start right there. What's got investors so excited about Chime? Is this sort of this new era of fintech and what Chime represents, or is it a company-specific story?
I think every company is a company-specific story, and Chime set out with a new vision of how banking could treat their customers, reimagining just from the ground up, like what does it look like to be a financial services institution that supports people instead of pilfers money out of their bank accounts. And they've just built an incredible company, incredible team, lots of happy customers, and a great business. So I think investors will always get excited about that.
We know deregulation is coming for the traditional banks. It's something Jamie Dimon over at JP Morgan has been very vocal about over the years, is this idea that fintech startups have had a lot more leeway and leverage to operate and build out their products in this marketplace versus the big banks. If you do see deregulation come, does that change the competitive equation?
I don't think so. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about, do you have a product that customers love? And I think one of the things that Chime has set out to do is serve everyday Americans that make under $100K a year. And it's well known that's a category of people that the big banks just really don't go after. And that's how they've built the company from the ground up to design the services and the offerings and the software and the whole system in a way that lifts that group up and treats them fairly. So I don't think, in many ways, it's sort of like a tide that's raising all boats. The bigger banks could do a better job with their customers, and Chime will do a great job with the 70% of Americans that fall into that category.
So Chime is the latest in a wave of successful debuts we've seen to the public markets. There was Voyager Technologies yesterday, Circle last week. There have been a number of others. Do you think the IPO window has now opened here and we'll see more companies, especially growthy, more mature startup companies, come to market now?
I do think that it's open. Chime is a company that's achieved a lot of scale, achieved a great business. So I think a company like Chime can get out even in less desirable of a market. But, I think that the fact that there's now several of these companies that have come out, in Chime's case, range was 24 to 26, priced above the range yesterday at 27, and then traded up to 37 today. When you see a company that has built, something great, and then the public markets also see that greatness in them and purchase the stock, it's comforting to other people who are considering taking the plunge.
And you have invested in quite a number of companies, many of them consumer-facing. What are the technologies or capabilities that are percolating in the private market that you're most excited about right now?
Boy, I hate to be one of the broken records, but AI is truly a transformative technology and one that Menlo is heavily investing in. Our consumer thesis remains the same. What are people trying to do, and how do you help technology do it for them better, faster, cheaper? But AI is this ingredient technology that we really believe is going to transform a lot of consumer experiences. So we're big investors in Anthropic. So that's an LLM that powers a lot of these services, and they're showing up inside of coding agents like Cursor and inside of legal agreement analysis, and really pretty much every area of the enterprise and consumer experience is being affected by this new advent. So it's an exciting time to be an investor.
There's been a lot of debate, even within the AI community, if you will, about just how profitable some of these LLM creators are going to be over the long term. Do you see a scenario in which you see an Anthropic or an OpenAI or some of these other, bricklayers for this generative AI environment actually coming to the public market?
At some point, for sure. I think that every great company starts with having solved an important problem. That's really, you think of value delivered to customers, and then from there you can capture some of that value for yourself. This is an early market, and there's a lot of chairs in the musical chairs game that people are trying to get in front of this, and And so you see companies spending ahead of and obviously taking on losses. I mean, that's what our industry is for, is, hey, there's a big opportunity here. Customers are happy. They love it. But, the cost structure is high or whatever else. And we know computing. I've been investing here for 23 years. Our firm's been around for 46 years. And like a couple things you can count on is, CPU cycles are going to get cheaper, storage is going to get cheaper, networking is going to get faster. The wheels of the technology underpinnings will continue to move, and so that brings costs down.